and the participants to take benefit of the opportunities provided. Thank you, sir. And if you really asked about the improvement areas, I would say it is, of course, the case studies, which really engages the participants the whole time. That was a good part I learned, and I also suggest that it should be always the amount, the quantity of case studies should be increased. That's what from my side, sir. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Nirmala ma'am, for your kind suggestions and feedback. Definitely for the next session, as we have the third slot for this particular FDP, also in the next month, then definitely we will think over the case studies maximum to include more case studies in the particular event. Uh, Now, the secret of getting ahead is getting started. This is the basic concept of an entrepreneur. Basically, if he is not getting started, then there is no getting ahead. So, with this quote, I request some more participants to share their views. Any participants who want to share his views, please.
Hello.
I request a
Yes, sir.
participant to share
Yes, sir.
his photo also if possible.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, Ibrahim, sir. Muhammad Ibrahim, sir, please. Sir.
Just a minute, sir.
Any other participants who need to share? Dr. Patel, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Respected chief guest, Dr. Vaidya sir, respected principal sir, Upadhyay sir, and team of the Hingoli Polytechnic. There were totally 11 different topics, and each resource persons identified by the organizers. I'm audible, sir? It's okay?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Please, sir.
Identified by the organizers were excellent, and they delivered very well on the topic. What most I liked that of Ganavatra sir and that Tejal Patel ma'am, they both did very well on that topics. Others also, but I like that too. They were very fluently and they delivered their topic efficiently. My age is 68. I took VRS and I was Dean and Director in Pharmacy College. I was at Elm College of Pharmacy. I was in 2 or 3 universities. But what I seen in last 7 days, 6 days, that the schedule was very well maintained, timely. It was organized excellently, managed successfully in all. Uh, at the end, I will like to thank Hingoli team, Principal Upadhyay sir, Tadvi sir, and all others for their excellent work. They worked hard and they proved it by organizing this FDP successfully. Thank you all with good luck. Thank you, sir. Thank you, Upadhyay sir.
Thank you. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you,
One
sir.
thing,
Thank you.
one thing I would like to share regarding our participant, Dr. L.D. Patel, sir, that he is continuously participating in each and every faculty development program organized by our institute. from the communication and personality development program, which we have organized under the guidance of our principal sir, being during the pandemic. So sir has continuously connected with us in each session and each FDP. As sir already told that he is the 68 years and a retired fellow, but still the learning capabilities he is having is in continuous nature. So thank you very much, sir, for your valuable feedback to us. Definitely, we will arrange these types of FDPs and look forward you to have with us in further FDPs also.
Sure, sure, sir. Thank you, sir. Sure.
Now I request, as we know that the one part is our participant and another part is our experts. So we have some experts with us also. So I request one of the expert to share his experience while working with us during this FDP. Any one expert, I would like to request, if anybody is here, please share his thoughts on the dais. Naskar sir is there. Dr. Naskar sir, please.
Good afternoon.
Yes, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. Good afternoon. After a long time, I'm seeing you.
Yes, sir. Happy to see you, sir. Happy to see you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you. Hope everything is well, sir.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
So thank you very much, sir, for giving me the opportunity to share my knowledge related to the topic on managerial skill for the teachers. And I hope that this particular program, the second slot in this MTP program supported by AICT and IST is very pertinent. The topic that we have selected is very pertinent. I hope that participants, they have enjoyed and they have enriched their knowledge specifically on the entrepreneurship and developing managerial skill. And their managerial skill with respect to the technical teachers, apart from their academic domain or academic knowledge, that managerial skills are also very important, various dimensions that I hope that during this training program that have been, they talked well. As one of the participants has rightly pointed out that it is a very well organized program and a very dedicated team. They have conducted the training program. I see their continuous effort and tireless effort. And from NIT BTR Kolkata side on personal behalf, that I am grateful to you for giving me the chance to speak before the hours gathering and also before the past participant to share my knowledge. And I hope that in future also you will give me some opportunity to speak some of the related topics. And NIT BTR Kolkata, as Dr. Upadhyay was trying to conduct some program in association or in collaboration with NIT BTR Kolkata, and I'm constantly trying to organize such kind of program. And our new director has joined, Professor Demi Prasad Mishra from IIT Kanpur as a director just a couple of months before he had joined. And I'll place a request to our honorable director so that we can conduct either virtual or physical mode some joint program with government polytechnic body. So thank you very much for giving me the opportunity, sir, for sharing my knowledge. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. Actually, the great teachers never try to be the best teachers. They simply try to bring out the best in their students. So definitely our experts have tried to bring out the best in the participants and pass this particular content or particular data to the stakeholders of our different institutes of polytechnics and different firms. So now we move ahead with the felicitation and introduction of our chief guest, Professor Vijay Vaidya sir, who is the Executive Secretary of IST New Delhi. So it is my privilege to got the chance to introduce these types of dignitaries while having in our institute. So first of all, I would like to welcome you, sir, with the virtual bouquet please accept this
Thank you,
virtual
sir.
bouquet on the behalf of Government Polytechnic Hingoli. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
So Professor Vijay Vaidya sir is basically from Kolhapur, Maharashtra. He has obtained his BTech degree in civil engineering from Karnataka Regional Engineering College, Surathkal, Karnataka in 1981. He worked in the field of M&S, Afcons, Mumbai at different sites in Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Goa, Madhya Pradesh, etc. states, and also worked with designer firm and did structural designing for different types of structural like residential, commercial, industrial, and public buildings. He joined teaching field as a lecturer in civil engineering, and since then he worked in different capacities in government of Maharashtra, including head of the departments, training and placement officer, vice principal, and principal. He has worked in administration in Directorate of Technical Education, Mumbai as an assistant director, worked as a deputy secretary in Maharashtra State Board of Technical Education, Mumbai, which deals with the diploma education in Maharashtra. He is having the achievement in his credit that the Government Polytechnic Kolhapur got accredited by NBA during the tenure of his principalship. uh, Pioneer in designing G-Scheme curriculum for MSBT Mumbai. He has also organized various types of trainings, workshop, conferences for teachers and students in MSBT Mumbai. Sir also have written some books on valuation, attended various national and international conferences, presented papers in national conferences, and also organized training programs for teachers and staff at an institute level. And at the last but not the least, Sir is an executive council member of IST since 2012, and he is presently serving and as executive secretary of IST. He has adopted various measures to reduce expenses. He activated various programs and activities as per the policy of Honorable President and directives of Executive Council. Professor Vaidya sir is working hard for the development and progress of IST as well. So over to you, sir. For with this introduction, I would like to request sir to guide us with your thoughts. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir, for my detailed introduction. Really, it's my pleasure to be with you in this afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. Dr. A.K. Upadhyay, Dynamic Principal of this institute. Firasat Tanulkar, active member from this institute. Tadvi Pathan, sir, is the backbone of this institute. Babita Kapoor, madam, and other things. Since first of all, I appreciate you for organizing this program, development of entrepreneurship and managerial skills in this institute. See, last year on this date, if anybody would have thought that we can organize such online programs for the betterment of teachers or for students and all, nobody would have believed. But the situation that COVID pandemic had made us to realize the things differently, and now at such a remote place, you are organizing such a nice program with the help of eminent resource persons and participants from throughout the India. Then see the difference and see your achievement, and that is due to COVID only. So a lot of many disadvantages are there, but the advantage or the things we have learned from this pandemic is to how to use this mode for our betterment. So, and one thing I appreciate you that the way in which you are conducting this program, it's really great, and the efforts you have taken constantly. Even last time also I have seen. So really, on behalf of IST, I appreciate your efforts and wish that same efforts will continue in future. Important thing is that the topic which you have choose, that is development of entrepreneurship skills and managerial skills. Really, I appreciate you for your visionary approach. I don't know how you have decided this topic, but the way in which you have decided this topic is really great thing, because nowadays basically we are facing a competition as well as a major challenge, that is unemployment of engineering graduates. So wherever you see there is reduction in admissions, and the main reason behind is that people are not ready or students are reluctant to come to this area because they feel that it is very difficult to get jobs and all after completion of degree engineering. And that is our observation also. Now when you think of such things, then we have to think in other way, that let see every problem or every difficulty you have to take it as an opportunity. So that is going to teach you something, you have to learn something from that, and definitely good things will come from that. So if you consider this, now if you think that the student should get attracted to our engineering streams, first thing is that why they should be get attracted. Because we have to show that there is good scope, there is good skills, demand, and they can do some good thing during their life. Now, if you consider the technology development, the technology is changing drastically. So whatever things which were used yesterday, or the technologies which were in practice yesterday, are becoming obsolete today. So what are the technologies or techniques that are used today that are going to become obsolete tomorrow? If you consider this rate of change of technology, it's very difficult to predict what is going to happen in nearby future. And when we are unable to predict future exactly, it is that way very difficult to predict the types of jobs that are going to come in nearby future. So when you are in, it's very difficult to predict the jobs. Then one important concept that you have to bear in mind, that with this change of technology, the jobs which are present here, maximum jobs, I think around 60 to 70% jobs are going to become obsolete in due course, that is after 15 years or 20 years. So if that is the case, then what is going to happen with the new budding engineers, those who are coming out from our institute? One thing, make it sure that though these jobs are going to become obsolete, at the same time new types of jobs are going to come. But only thing is that they will require different types of skills, competencies, and knowledge, and the person or the student who is having that capabilities only can handle those jobs. Another important aspect is that, see, jobs are there or jobs are going to come. In another trend is that, see, due to development of technology and all, the innovative student or innovative person can start his business or entrepreneurship with little capital. Means now capital is not the major constraint. If you have the brain and if you are ready to use it properly, you can start your own entrepreneurship, and that will help you, or that can help the student to achieve something. Now when we think of all these things, that is entrepreneurship or new technologies or training the students in new areas and all, the basic question or the basic expectation is that the teacher should be competent. Means unless and until teacher or faculty is not competent, how they can give knowledge in emerging areas to the students, or how they can say that the student should become entrepreneur? See, one thing, every time, even if you see that for important examination, suppose a student is studying in 10th or studying in a 12th or in a final year and all, he gets the advice from seniors or his colleagues or his family friends or his relatives and all. See, if you don't do good, you will be at loss. If you want, so for 10th we say that if you want to get admission in good college, you have to score good in this. 12th we say that if you want to take admission in a good engineering college or good medical or any college, you have to study hard. Unless and until you score good, nothing will happen. But one thing, you tell me, whether the student is of the opinion that I am not interested in getting good marks, he is also have the same intention that I must get good marks, and I know that if I don't get the good marks, I will not get the admission, or even if I get the admission, I will not get the institute of my choice. But under such circumstances, he is also ready to work. But the problem is that he doesn't know how to work. And if the person who tells him how to work or how to do study so that he can score good marks, he really appreciates him. That suppose if you give the student guidance that if you want to score good marks, you do this way, you do this way, you refer this book, or you study like this, definitely that is helpful for him and he will remember you forever. So similarly, when we say that our students should do something, it is our duty to guide them properly. Just saying that you do this or you have to take knowledge in emerging areas, you have to score good and all, or you have to become entrepreneur. It is not like that. There something is required, that is something is guru, and you are his guru, and you have to guide him. Now when you consider this, first question comes, when the teacher should be trained in emerging areas, who is going to give this training? How they can get the training? See, nobody is interested in getting training with his own money. Very rarely, if the person is having real interest, then and then he can go for training with his own money. Otherwise, nobody is interested in spending money, but everyone is interested in getting the training. And here AICT comes into picture. AICT is having a visionary approach. They are interested in developing our educational system. They want to ensure that the output of our engineering colleges or our polytechnics or all the institutes associated with, affiliated to AICT, must be of a global level. So when we say that our output should be of global level, it must be trained in that direction. And here AICT is organizing, doing various activities for the betterment of faculty, students, and institutes. So one suggestion I would like to give to all participants, that just you are browsing the website of MSBT or your university, you are browsing the website, some other websites of your own interest. Similarly, try to have a habit of browsing website of AICT. If you have that habit, you will come to know about the various activities AICT is performing, various new initiatives AICT is having, and that will help you. You have to identify the area, you have to identify the scheme, and you can participate in that scheme for the betterment of you, as well as betterment of your institute, as well as betterment of your student. Similarly, IST is also organizing various types of training programs, because objective of IST is to train the faculties and students to face the global challenges or the challenges that are ahead, or to make them a perfect engineer suitable as per the requirement of the industry or organization. So here IST is also organizing various types of programs, and that is for the betterment of things. Another important aspect is that when we consider this entrepreneurship, that is really an important word. Just all of you might have read in the different news regarding employment. See, many times we read that such a student from IIT XYZ got the package of 60 lakhs, 70 lakhs, 80 lakhs. Even I have seen some engineering colleges which are of great repute. They are insisting that if any company is visiting their campus, they have to offer minimum particular package for their students, because they are sure about the quality of their students, and companies are visiting them with that their minimum package which they are demanding. That is, if they say that our student should get minimum package of 10 lakhs, if you are offering less than 10 lakhs, you please don't come to our institute. So such types of institutes are there, and they are also, the companies are ready to visit those campus with such a package, because they know that the students coming out from those institutes are really good, and that will be helpful for them. So one question arises in my mind. So when such a students who are really have a capacity, and they are demanding and they are getting that package, really they are good students, they are excellent students. But if the same student, if you would have done some entrepreneurship, definitely he would have prospered more. Now, Government of India has come out with the different initiatives, and considering the present situation, all of you are aware that the government has got a lot of schemes, and they are encouraging the students to become entrepreneurs. For example, if you take our example, before COVID impact, when the COVID was started in India, first time even the PPE kits were exported from outside, imported. So those kits also imported, even a lot of things were imported, because those things were not available in India, or they were not manufactured in India. And during this pandemic, really those persons who were entrepreneurs or who is having that attitude, they identified the potential, and they started manufacturing their different PPE kits and other masks and a lot of things, and which is the need. And now you find that whatever you demand in that area, that is available at a cheaper rate. Consider the N95 mask. First it was sold for about 300 rupees, 250 rupees, 200, like that. Now it is available for 20 rupees. So this is because production started in our India. People started in investing in that, and this is the outcome of that. So one thing is that we have got tremendous potential. If you visit any multinational company, you will find that maximum Indian people are working in a key position throughout the world, and they are giving a lot of great contribution for the development of that MNC. So such a potential is there. Our attitude is there. We know our students are intelligent. So the question now the thing is that if you give them proper direction, then and then they can become entrepreneur and they can serve better for the nation. And here the role of teacher is very important, because see one thing, there should be somebody to encourage them to become entrepreneur, because generally the students are of the mentality that see one thing, once I complete my graduation or my diploma or anything, I will go for a job. If I get a good job, he will have some expectation, I should get this much salary. If I am getting, I am very happy, but he doesn't know his potential. So it is our duty to guide him about the potential. And when you are guiding, just saying that you go in and become entrepreneur, and that's not enough. So it's very easy, just what I said in the beginning, it's very easy to guide, just, all right, you become entrepreneur, you start your own business and you will earn like anything. Who is not interested in earning like anything? Everybody is interested in earning more money. But only thing is that you have to guide them how he can do it. So for that, you get information about the lot of schemes available with the government of India, their facilities, then what are the schemes available with different banks, then different registration processes. And one thing is now, if the student is capable and he is well versed with the new technology, with little or less capital, he can do a miracle. Even you will find that the students who have started their own new entrepreneur, new business with little finance and all, there are people are available throughout the world who are ready to finance such ventures. So they, if it is really have potential, if it is really good, people are there to finance you and to help you to do the business. So that thing is there. So only thing is that this is a good thing, good platform they have identified, and really they have taken efforts to organize this program under the guidance of Dr. Upadhyay sir. Upadhyay sir is very much keen, having keen interest in entrepreneurship, and I know him very well. And he is always doing a lot for the betterment of students. Means he is taking a lot of initiatives. Many ideas are in his mind. So definitely, I think this will be the just beginning for his institute, and students from this institute will do something better. And one thing is that since you have come together for this program, I think you have formed a group, and I wish that if you want to continue have a relation in future, try to continue this WhatsApp group forever. And whatever new information you get in this area, if you start posting on that, that will be helpful to all of you. And I think if this Upadhyay sir and this institute, if they interest, they can do the work of coordination also. So that will be a great activity for the development of our students, as well as for our society, as well as for our nation. So bear in mind that if you want to develop our nation, entrepreneurship, encourage the entrepreneurship is a must requirement of today. And there is good scope, and anything can happen or anything can be done with the enthusiasm. So with this, once again, I congratulate this institute for conducting the program successfully. The feedback received from participants is really good. It shows the efforts taken by all you people. And on behalf of ISD and ASAT, once again, I appreciate you. And last thing, it's my duty to just mention about the Colonel Venkat, who is Director FDP in AICTE, and under dynamic leadership of Sahasra Buddhe sir, Chairman Dr. Punia sir, Vice Chairman and Member Secretary. All those people are very much ready to help our faculty member and our technicians education system for the betterment. So only thing is that we have to come with the different proposals, different ideas. So I appeal all of you, if you have any ideas, any concepts in your mind, please do come to us. Even you can directly contact me also, or you can contact our office, or you can give us a mail, and whatever is best possible, that we are ready to do it for the betterment of technician education. With this, once again, I appreciate the institute and participants for participating in this program, and I wish you all the best for your future. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you very much, sir, for your kind words and motivating words for us. Sir has given a clear idea that success doesn't come from what you do occasionally, it comes from what you do consistently. So definitely, we will try to do the work hard consistently to achieve the success. Not only us, our stakeholders will definitely get the benefits of your suggestions and motivation. As you told, sir, you have guided us, you have supported us in various IST events which we have organized under the guidance of our principal, sir. But still, as you appealed us to have, if you have any idea in your mind, and express it. So this is the dais where we can share our ideas with you, sir. So I request on the behalf of Department of Electronics and Government Polytechnic, Hingoli, and our principal, sir, to give us a chance to organize 2 week or 1 week industrial training, online industrial training for the participants, for the faculties which are related to the Polytechnics Institute. So we will definitely get the required document to you, and
Yeah.
looking forward for your support, sir.
Sir, one thing, it's a really good suggestion. What I feel now, even we can discuss the same thing with AICT, but whenever we are going to AICT or when you are studying anything, the first thing and basic requirement is we must have some proposal.
Yes,
So
sir,
I
correct.
feel that if you can prepare a proposal in a better format, so what you expect, how it is means, how the training will be done and all. So in detail means it should clearly indicate whatever ideas in your mind and how it will be implemented. Because many times what is happening now, it's easy to say, but when you start working on paper, it becomes very difficult. So it's a really good suggestion. What I suggest you is that you prepare a proposal for that and send it to me, and then we will discuss with the ICT also and what best possible can be done, that we can see.
Definitely, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you very
Even
much,
other
sir.
thing for this one suggestion also I will give you, sir, because one thing you would have noticed that we are means at every place the training is organized for basically for faculties only, but we are not considering the supporting staff or non-teaching
Yes, sir.
staff of our institute. So
Yes, sir.
if you can give some proposal for their training also, we also can do something, because we already had discussed with the ICT. But what is their expectation is that they say that you come with a clear cut proposal with all details, means how it will be exacted, what is the uh, how the persons will be selected, what will be the role of each one, and what is his role in institute, and how it will be implemented. So everything should be given in a proper way. So if you are ready to give, that also you can consider. So once we prepare the proposal, we'll discuss, interact. If any modification there, we'll let you know, and then we can submit it to AICT, and then something can be done in that way.
Thank you, sir. Definitely, we will send the proposal with the for these types of training, as you said, sir. And considering this as an opportunity, and with the code, I would like to give you thanks. The entrepreneur always searches for change, respond to it, and exploits it is an opportunity. So, considering this is the dais which we got as an opportunity to share with you. Our thoughts, and got this opportunity to send you a proposal from our institute
Sir,
under
one
the
thing I'll tell
guidance of
you,
our
for
principal, sir.
entrepreneurship now, you should have that attitude.
Yes, sir.
One simple example I'll tell you, sir. I'm from Kolhapur. We are having Mahalakshmi temple, which is very famous. So few years back, there was a news that due to that terrorists and all, it was planned that mobiles will be banned in Mahalakshmi Mandir. Mahalakshmi temple, mobiles will be banned. So that time I used to go in for a morning walk. So we had a group. So when we read that news, we started doing argument whether it is correct to ban mobile in Mahalakshmi Mandir or not. Means the issue was discussed was whether it is correct to ban or not. But in our group, one person was there. He was listening our arguments calmly. When we asked, sir, what is your opinion? He simply said, sir, my opinion is entirely different from your opinion. Then we asked, what is your opinion? He said, I am sensing one business opportunity in that. If the mobiles are banned in Mahalakshmi Mandir, I will put one can put there one simple stall with locker arrangement, and you can charge ₹5 for mobile. So even in a one day, if you get 500 mobiles, it will be 2,500 rupees per day. So what you have to do, you don't do anything. You employ some person there. You pay him 2, 3, 5,000 rupees per month. He will look after that shop or that locker. And only thing is, you have to do certain investment at the beginning, and you will earn profit forever. See, this is the entrepreneurship.
Correct, sir. Correct, sir. Thank you, sir, for your
Yes,
kind, motivating words to us. Once again, I would like to give you thanks. Now, moving forward, please, Kapoor ma'am. Now it's turn to have an interaction with our dynamic honorable principal, Dr. Ashok Upadhyay, sir. Sir has did his B and MTech in civil engineering, and got done his PhD from IIT BHU. Sir have the experience of being a lecturer, head of the department, vice principal, and principal. Sir also worked as a secretary and assistant director in the field of in the department of Directorate of Technical Education, Mumbai. Sir have organized various types of programs, trainings, conferences, FDPs, STTPs, and also attended number of conferences, national and international conferences. Also, sir have published and presented the papers in conferences and reputed journals. Sir have given his devotions to the institute wherever he worked as a principal, as a head of the department, or on whatever post he have. Sir have also taken a responsibility of being a member for syllabus review committee at Maharashtra State Board of Technical Education, Bombay. Sir also have represented state at National Project Implementation Unit meeting at New Delhi under World Bank project for strengthening of technical education in Maharashtra state. Sir also has worked as a member state resource group for preparation of development project report. Sir also have worked as head financial cell for World Bank project under TCube Government of India for Maharashtra state. Sir also have awarded National Merit Scholarship during his engineering educational. So with this, with all these his short introduction, I invite sir on the dais with the quote: "If people are doubting how far you can go, go so far that you can't hear them anymore." So this is the tendency of our sir. So I request to Dr. Ashok Upadhyay sir to enlighten our minds. Over to you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, Tadvi Pathan, sir. Hope I am audible, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
In the very beginning, I too welcome our Executive Secretary, IST New Delhi, and today's Chief Guest, Sri Vijay Vaidya. I'm especially very happy to welcome Vaidya sir, as we had been working for some time and we are known to each other for last nearly 30 years. Today I am very happy to see you, sir, at this platform.
Thank you, sir.
I am also very happy to see that some of our resource persons from NITTR Kolkata, Dr. Naskar, and he is also level here. I salute to one of the participants, Dr. L.D. Patel, a teacher and principal of one of the reputed institute at the age of 68 years. sir is our one of the participants. I really salute you, Patel sir.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, sir.
And sir, learning cannot be without experience. We have to work hard.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you. We need such participants for our encouragement, sir, for encouragement of our team and even to myself also.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Lot of things have been covered by Vaidya, sir. He has a wide exposure right from government polytechnic, which comes under state board, to autonomous polytechnic. Vaidya sir has worked at state level office, MSBT Mumbai, and nowadays he is at IST New Delhi, a premier institute which is taking care of, which is trying its best for the welfare of polytechnic education system especially. I have been listening Vaidya sir. He has spoken a lot, and I am very thankful to you, sir. You have offered in advance to lot of supports and encouragement to we faculty members, we team members sitting in polytechnics to go ahead and to do something for technician education system. I would like to share my one experience out of my 35 years of experience working in polytechnic. I took my education up to the IIT level and went at the age of 45 years for my engineering PhD. I observed that in spite of the fact that polytechnic teachers are equally competent as the faculty members at higher level institutions like IITs, NITs or university level, polytechnic people are something, there is some impression that polytechnic system is a inferior, lower level education system. This is what I have experienced. I also see that in national level committees of education committees or technical education committees, the polytechnic faculty members are not representing there. It is all vice chancellors, NIT directors, and NIT directors also, and some very reputed professors in higher education system. But polytechnic teachers, faculty members, principals are not seen in national level committees of revamping education system, especially technical education. What is the reason for it? I started realizing. Then I came to know that we teachers, even though being competent, we have got a feeling that we are restricting ourselves up to the institute level only. We are not coming forward. One more thing I would like to share, that the culture of developing entrepreneurship among students, opportunity that we have at polytechnic, this much opportunity is not available at IITs or at engineering colleges. At higher level institute, professors and system is relatively more rigid compared to polytechnic system, polytechnic education system. At polytechnic education system, very easy to approach principal, very easy to approach head of department, very easy to approach joint director, and so on. Similar situation in IITs or NITs, a student willing to approach to director or head of department relatively is difficult. Flexibility in our system is much more than engineering colleges and IITs. What I'm personally feeling, the people like Vaidya sir, LD Patel sir, Naskar sir at NITTR, research organization dealing mostly with the polytechnic education system, and like-minded teachers, let us come closer together and let us design some training program, maybe long-term training program, 3 years. Long-term training program doesn't mean that every time we will be speaking and delivering the lecture. Somehow to design something with a challenge to demonstrate that we will develop entrepreneurs out of our polytechnic education system. We are getting students relatively at less age compared to engineering colleges. At engineering colleges, on the one hand, students are getting admission after 12th, so we say that they are relatively matured compared to polytechnic education system students. But at the same time, I see the other side of this, that students coming to the polytechnic education system, passing out of 10th standard, they are relatively fresh. Their mind is relatively more blank compared to the 12th level students. Let experienced people like LD Patel sir, Vaidya sir, and other faculty members, let us come closer and let us start motivating students along with giving them academic input and maintaining a certain minimum academic standard. Let us brainwash them for entrepreneurship. Vaidya sir has given one very right example. We read in newspapers some IIT student got a job of 80 lakhs package. But we are not ever getting any news in any of the newspaper that a fresh graduate coming out or a fresh diploma holder coming out of the his education system is becoming an entrepreneur and demonstrating a profit-making organization. In my 35 years of this tenure as in the polytechnic system, or even before, at least I have never come across any such news where I have read that a student coming out of educational system has immediately became entrepreneur. So let us target, let us develop, first of all, let us conduct one offline training program on the same topic, entrepreneurship development and managerial skill. Among these many participants who have been in this training program, when we will conduct offline training program, obviously there will be limitations in the number of participants. So many of the participants who have been interacting, we are aware, we have got some records. So let us invite participants who themselves want to demonstrate something, who are of enterprising mind. And let some principals also come closer. Let us see how we can support such faculty members who are of enterprising nature, dynamic, who along with doing their routine activities can also do some enterprising work so that they will get hands-on experience. Reading in the book, delivering the content is far different than moving on a path and then sharing the experience of that path moved. So some of the faculty members, and this is a need of the time also. We are competent, and I personally feel in this 35 years of experience, I recall the environment in polytechnic system is much more better for a faculty member to be an entrepreneur along with his routine job compared to engineering colleges and IIT system. The only thing is that administration, I mean to say, principal of the institute should have right information, should have right mindset to support the faculty member to do entrepreneurial activities. I have experience. People say that in government job we are 24-hour government servant. Well, we are 24-hour government servant, but we are 24-hour government servant for the sake of responsibility. But it is not. But it is not for the sake of 24 hours being in the institute. We can come on Sunday, holidays, we can work. We can come in the morning hours, we can conduct our responsibilities, we can carry on our responsibilities. We can use the remaining of our time to do some entrepreneurial activities so that we can get experience and then we can work as a role model to develop some students. So at Government Polytechnic, I have got a very good team. I am very happy to see that. In fact, I recently joined this institute. Earlier, I was at Government Polytechnic Sakoli. It is a tribal area located some 125 kilometers from Nagpur. There I made one experiment. I encouraged my students to go for more sports activities, debate competition, speech competition. I mean to say more co-curricular and extracurricular activities, visits to the industries, etc. I arranged more co-curricular and extracurricular activities, and I found that students' placement increased from nearly 20 to 22% to 64%. It was the highest in the Maharashtra. Leaving aside Pune, Bombay, Nagpur, like well-known places, the placement at Government Polytechnic Sakoli was 64%. It was the highest. So tribal area students whom we feel that they are academically relatively less meritorious, their personality is not very high, but the same students, I encouraged them and their placement was 64%. Now at Government Polytechnic Hingoli, I would like to experiment how we can demonstrate to develop entrepreneurship among our students, and how we can um, see that Government Polytechnic Hingoli is known to develop entrepreneurial mindset students. This will require help of definitely help of the people like Vedya sir, LD Patel sir, like persons, Naskar sir, from all over India, whomever I know, and you also people also know. Let us come to close together, sir. Fortunately, at Government Polytechnic Hingoli, we have got a well-developed, very recently constructed hostel, which can accommodate more than 50 participants. So we have got a very good arrangement for accommodation. This is an online program, sir. We cannot demonstrate hospitality and our management skill and our team spirit. I would like to, rather, I will request also to Vedya sir to give an opportunity to this institute to conduct a offline training program on this same topic, entrepreneurship development and managerial skill. We want to invite participants, 30 participants, and let us develop a strong team with an intention that we will develop entrepreneurs out of polytechnic system. Actually, this is I wanted to. This I was telling about my future, some planning and some challenge to be taken. There are many other things which I can speak, but I think it will not be worth. This is not the right platform. Only thing I can say at this platform that I'm thankful to all participants, very dynamic participants. Some of the participants I have observed. I think yesterday one of the English lecturer from he's a certified trainer also. I'm not remembering his name. I think he was
Utpal Ganatrao, sir.
Utpal Ganatrao sir. One of the very talented and deserving faculty member, certified trainer. We will also invite him in our training program as a trainer to develop us also, so that with a focus to develop our students. At the last only, I would like to put this idea that we faculty members, let us come forward, and some of us, let us demonstrate to be an entrepreneur. There is no restriction. The time has changed. It's not a time of 50 years before where everything government should do. Every instruction you should take from the government. Even the principals, present principals in the polytechnic, all are highly qualified. Most of them are having a PhD qualifications. They have high level of exposure. Their some mindset is very different. If anything we are doing positive, if a faculty members become entrepreneur, obviously he is going to bring some culture in the institute. He will generate some money. He will give some money to the government also, because we are, after all, we are a government employee. We are getting salary. Therefore, whatever income we will generate through our entrepreneurial activity, we honestly we should share to the government also, so that there should not be objection. So this is what an idea I wanted to put forth. And at the last, I will have one more request to Vedya sir and all other faculty members sitting over here, even the resource persons, especially Naskar sir. Sir, in rules and regulations in AICT pay commissions and state government pay commissions also, there is a very clear-cut norms for sharing of the revenue generated out of consultancy. But in nowhere it is written how to promote a faculty member to go for entrepreneurship activity. Everybody has got everybody has not the mindset of working and thinking out of box. I think there is a need to discuss with the AICT also to speak something on paper about some supporting activities, facilitating activities, provisions to make entrepreneur for faculty members to become entrepreneur. Presently, absolutely there is nothing written anywhere. It is absolutely at the mindset, at the discretion of the principal. As far as I am concerned, at my institute and rather those who are participants here from Government Polytechnic, anybody willing to become entrepreneur, welcome him to get your transfer to my institute. You will get full support to become entrepreneur, sir. With only request, be ready to work for 16 to 18 hours. What is wrong? During my PhD, I have worked for 16 to 18 hours. Our Prime Minister is working for 16 to 18 hours. Why we cannot work? Our young faculty members in the age group of 25 to 40, why they cannot work 16 to 18 hours? So we will take care of our academic activities and other activities assigned at the institute level as per government norms. At the same time, we will work extra, we will work hard to become entrepreneur, to be a role model. Let Polytechnic system demonstrate in the country that what the higher level educational institutions are not able to do, that Polytechnic system is doing. Recently, I discussed with our IST president also, Dr. Desai sir. He was also worried. He was also saying that people are underestimating Polytechnic education system. So because academically, I agree that academic knowledge requirement at Polytechnic level is not that much as at a degree level. But at the same time, entrepreneurship, let us demonstrate entrepreneurship activities at the diploma level, and let us convince to the AICT we are leader in developing entrepreneurial mindset students. At the end, once again, I would like to extend my thanks to Vaidya sir to accept our invitation to be the chief guest for this today valedictory function. Thanks to Naskar sir to be present in this valedictory function. Thanks to Dr. L.D. Patel sir and all other participants. Thanks to my team members to try their best in the given situation, in the limitations. Although Hingoli is a very remote area, electricity problem, internet problem, in spite of that, we have tried our best, and I hope that participants are satisfied considering barriers and limitations of this small interior located institute. With only assurance in future, we will arrange offline program, that is physical mode program on this same topic, entrepreneurship development and managerial skill, and we will demonstrate one of the best organized training program from all the angles: academic knowledge, delivery content delivered, resource persons, and hospitality offered. With this, I take my seat. Thanks, dhanyawad, thank you. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you very much, sir, for your words, and you are keeping motivating us with the words continuously, and definitely, sir, as we are thinking for entrepreneurial mindset from the institute itself, if we have the interactions continuously with our young and dynamic faculty members, then definitely they will do their best as an entrepreneur mindset. With the quote, I would like to conclude the thoughts given by our Dr. Ashok Upadhyay sir. Don't worry about being successful, but work hard being significant, and the success will naturally follow. With these words, I request my co-host, Dr. Kapoor madam, to take the session forward. Kapoor ma'am, please.
Thank you so much, sir. Here I would like to dedicate one quote for our esteemed dignitaries and valuable experts, that gaining knowledge is the first step to wisdom. Gaining knowledge is the first step to wisdom, and sharing it with others is the first step to humanity. Moving on, it's time to propose the vote of thanks. May I now request Mr. Mukesh Sambleti, lecturer, Mechanical Engineering, Government Polytechnic, Hingoli, to kindly put forward the vote of thanks. Let us welcome Sambleti sir. Sambleti sir, over to you.
Thank you, ma'am. A very good afternoon to all the participants at this valedictory function on this 1 week online FDP organized by Government Polytechnic Hingoli entitled Development of Entrepreneurship and Managerial Skills, sponsored by AICTE IST. Patrons for the event, Professor Anil Sahasrabudhe, Chairman AICTE, Dr. Pratap Singh Desai, President IST, Dr. Abhay Wagh, Director DT, Dr. Ashok Kumar Upadhyay, Principal Government Polytechnic Hingoli, the Honorable Chief Guest for today's valedictory function, Mr. Vijay Vaidya, Executive Secretary IST New Delhi, Coordinator for the program, Mr. Tanukar sir, our most valued and invited resource person and experts and participants across the state. It is my privilege to offer vote of thanks on this occasion. At the very beginning, I would like to thank and I'm very grateful for the sponsors AICTE and IST New Delhi for extending their support by all means for helping us organize this FDP. On behalf of Government Polytechnic Hingoli, I extend my heartful vote of thanks to our chief guest, Mr. Vijay Vaidya sir, who has spent his busiest time in gracing this occasion. Today, we had the opportunity to hear your thoughts, sir, and definitely whatever you have proposed, that is definitely encouraging for all the future endeavors to come. As rightly highlighted by you, entrepreneurship doesn't come with practice. It has to be come with a mindset and attitude. We definitely believe in that, sir, and we will make sure we take forward these thoughts with us. I would also like to extend my deepest gratitude to our Principal and Chief Coordinator of Program, Dr. Ashok Kumar Upadhyay, sir. Since he has been a principal at Government Polytechnic Hingoli, he is a constant source of motivation and guiding us and maneuvering the events very beautifully. I'm also thankful to Mr. Firasat Tanukar sir, Program Coordinator of this FDP, for providing his inputs on management and organizing and conduction of this event. I also express my sincere thanks to Mr. Tadvi Pathan sir, Program Co-Coordinator, for his entire planning and time spent on execution of all the activities and making this event successful. I also take this opportunity to thank my organizing team members who have taken equal efforts in organization of this event. I also appreciate inputs provided by all the participants. We have certainly noted some of the feedbacks because we believe feedback is a very important thing, and we will make sure in the coming phase 3 FDP, we will try to involve more case studies so that it will keep all the participants equally engaging and serve the very purpose of the online FDP program. Once again, I sincerely thank to our chief guest, Mr. Vijay Vaidya sir, Program Chief Coordinator, Dr. Ashok Kumar Upadhyay sir, and all the esteemed dignitaries and participants who have been present at this event and gracing the occasion. So once again, I thank you all the participants, and once again, I extend my thanks to all. Thank you so much. Over to you, Kapoor ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. May I now request to our esteemed dignitaries, our experts, and all the participants to kindly rise for the national anthem. आप सभी से निवेदन करते हैं राष्ट्रगीत के लिए ज्वाइन करें.
गंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उज्जल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
भारत माता की
जय.
Thank you so much. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We conclude the valedictory function with this. Stay safe, Stay healthy and keep learning. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you once
Thank you.
again. But I request all of you to on your camera to have a group photo. On your camera, all participants, please on your camera so that we will have
Photo,
group photo.
photo. Highlight lo. झालं, photo.
Just a second.
मैं भी करूँ क्या शुरू?
Yes.
पापा फायरफॉक्स से फायर बुझती है ना?
Thank you very much all for your kind photo. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. Once again, on the behalf of Department of Electronics and Government Polytechnic, I would like to express my thanks to all participants, chief guest, and our principal, Dr. Ashok Kumar Vadhe, sir, and all my teammates, Mote sir and Labde sir also, and Patil madam. Thank you very much once again. And some instruction to the participants that we will now we will calculate your marks as you have given the test, check your attendance and all things, and then we will inform you in our group WhatsApp group and mail regarding the certification. Thank you very much all once again, and we will look forward you to meet physically after this pandemic. Thank you all.
Thank you, sir.